Dementus' gang in Furiosa is composed of memorable characters with limited screen time, but enough flair to leave an impression. I was going to make a video on each member using what information I could find from cast and crew. As of now, the person with the most information I've been able to find is Fang, played by Dementus Paz, who also had a small role in The Fall Guy from last year, and I found him a pretty intriguing character. Even amongst the biker horde, Fang is a particularly aggressive and violent man. He's very high-ranking and serves as Dementus' bodyguard in a few scenes, including on the 6-foot monster truck, by the time Dementus has become the new ruler of Gastown. According to Dementus, the relationship between Dementus and Fang is like that of a man and his guard dog. Fang is fiercely loyal and protective of his boss, being hostile towards those that would harm him. When it comes to the character's name, Dementus said that he at first thought it was referring to the actor's big and sharp teeth, as Dementus actually does have fangs, though that turned out to be just a coincidence. In reality, George Miller wanted the character to be based off the Australian phrase fanging it, which is used a few times in Fury Road, essentially meaning to floor it or drive in a crazy manner. The fact that Fang is one of the few characters in Dementus' gang with an automatic weapon adds to the idea of him being more important within the biker horde, as those guns are more valuable and rare in the wasteland compared to the common amount of crossbows, small firearms, and simple melee weapons. If Fang has an SMG, it means Dementus trusts him with a very important tool. The only other member I can think of that used an automatic weapon is the Octoboss, who is very high-ranking in his own right, having his own gang. He's also one of the few people entrusted with the Trojan Horse mission at Gastown, where several of Dementus' minions hide under a truck to open the gate. While he doesn't have a ton of screen time, Fang's actions during the movie perfectly illustrate what a ruthless man he is, specifically his coldness towards Furiosa. At the beginning, when they try to get to the Rue Billy to tell them where he found the green place, and Furiosa kicks him, Fang is the first one to start screaming in her face, demanding to know where it is. When Mary Jabasa rescues her, Fang snatches the rifle from Mr. Harley's hands after he hesitates and fires on their bike, showing he has no qualms with killing women or children. During the fight at the bullet farm, he's fearless enough to poke his head out as the sniper is firing, though he only does so after a reload period. Early versions of Fang were fairly different in terms of his role. Dementus' gang is composed of many different factions and tribes, and until Dementus got involved and came up with the backstory for Fang, Fang was the leader of a group called the Refugees. The Refugees were a tribe composed of various ethnic groups that were mistreated by the Australian government, and now they found themselves in a world with no laws. They can take out their anger and bitterness on whoever they come across, while joining Dementus' gang. According to production designer Colin Gibson, Fang was infamous for guillotining people, and I'm not sure if that was carried over to Dementus' version. Also, there's early concept art provided by Dane Hallet that shows the character with a big leather protector on his neck. According to Dane, he was a neck biter, yet ironically had a terrible fear of being bitten. However, what he came up with is Fang having a background of his own in the criminal underworld, which gives you a big advantage of the apocalypse. He was part of a drug gang called the Pharaohs that his father was a part of. And while it's unclear if that was forcefully incorporated into Dementus' biker horde or naturally absorbed, Fang still holds on to a lot of inspiration from that group. The motorcycle he uses was given to him by his father, and the war paint on his head resembles a pharaoh's headdress. One story I was able to find Dementus talk about that illustrates his brutality is how Fang took care of some men that crossed Dementus, and this fits the guillotining story from earlier. They tried to flee, then Fang tracked them down, lopped off their heads, and brought them back to Dementus as a gift. I'd imagine this is the type of thing that would greatly impress Dementus, who respects that sort of violence and theatricality. Fang is seemingly killed by Praetorian Jack when they chase after him in Furiosa after the bullet farm skirmish. A rather unceremonious death for such a loyal soldier. This is just a headcanon, but I like to think Dementus might have been a twisted mentor figure for Fang, as his own father died and left him the bike, and Fang's brutality was born from a desire to impress a parental figure. I really enjoyed researching this, and I'm hoping to do another video soon for Dementus' other members.